Hey everybody, and welcome to another Pro SC2 cast done by yours truly, Mathis StarCraft. This is going to be a 1v1 on the map duel site between GoldenLighT's Golden, who is such an excellent Zerg player, and the red Terran in the bottom left, Convergence Gaming's AlexCMoi. This was from the Clan War that I actually live casted. I saw every single game, and so did those who tuned in. There was about 1,000 people altogether who actually came and watched this. And it was a hell of a good clan war. I'm not going to tell you, well, actually, it's not going to hit every one of these games. The winner of that clan war was GoldenLighT. They do have some phenomenal players on their team. And the two owners of the teams basically made a little bet, like, I bet my team could beat your team, kind of friendly little, I believe it was a $50 bet. And that's what it was, and so they did it, and for the entertainment of the masses, this is what showed up. So this is just one of the games, no particular game. It's not like the first game or the last game. This is a game in the middle of the match. I wanted to grab a game and just kind of cast it for you. I want to get a couple videos out today. And so I'm not going to tell you the winner of this one. I'll tell you it is a pretty damn good game. I do have some long ones that I do plan on getting to at some point. I also live casted with Gwyncraft. If you go to @Gwyncraft on Twitter, you can find him. And he's part of the Cyber Sports Network, and there was a rundown. They do a weekly rundown, and I actually live casted with him last week as a special guest co-caster. So I am going to be casting with him too in the future on other things, I'm hoping, so we'll see how that goes. So keep an eye out for that on my Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter @MathisStarCraft. Don't forget to like, subscribe, favorite these videos. Just get me out there and let me continue to cast. So right away we have some notable thing happening with AlexCMoi. I said this when it was happening. He's not walling off. And that's an interesting decision, especially against a Zerg, to not wall off. And I'm not quite sure what his thought process is behind it, but this is going to let this drone swing on in here. He's going to see right away that he's not walling off. The supply depot's over here. The barracks is over here. He can bounce around all he wants. He is going to get a Marine out and get it right to the bottom of the ramp, but the drone's already in there, and once the Marine's out, he can easily just swing on in and out, even taking a little bit of damage. And he might not even do that. He might just keep it in here and just bounce it around. So no walling off is a very interesting decision. On the other hand, Light has decided to do hatch first, which is very common for Zerg against Terran. You want to get that economic advantage up. You want to get as many drones as you can before having to worry about any army, so and that's exactly what he's doing. He's going to drop down his pool and his gas at standard times and move on with normal gameplay as per usual. The only notable difference is going to be, like I said, the barracks. It does look like the drone has survived. Alexi did do some scouting. He had moved his Marine down here, didn't see it. The drone was right in this corner right here in this little alleyway, and is going to keep this alive. This is going to be money for Golden because now he's going to be able to swing up here and get a good scout on everything. He's going to see what's coming. It does look like we have a reactor and a factor coming down, so almost definitely a Hellion type style of play. All the while, he is doing some sort of small bunker rush. He has pulled some drones up. Let's take a look if he killed any drones. No drones killed yet. He did actually save this drone. It was almost dead by turning into a gas and then pulling it out. So great micro by Golden, and Golden now has some Zerglings out. Doesn't want to sack him quite yet. There are two Marines here. This is good pressure by AlexCMoi, allowing him to get some free shots off, but hasn't really done any damage yet. Hasn't been able to kill any drones. The only thing he's prevented is a few drones from mining, and he's not even oversaturated really over here yet. He's maybe like 1 or 2 drones a little over, but now he's going to stop producing drones and just produce Zerglings, and now he can move out and actually use these Zerglings and to attack when he deems it ready. All the while, you can see his multitasking is on a point. He is swinging up here, is getting a hell of a good scout, sees that he's got some reactor Hellions coming out, has a tech lab down on this barrack, so the research on Stimpak combat shield is almost a definite. Drone is going to die, but it was well worth the death. And now he's just waiting for a few more Zerglings to hatch up, and before he swings out, is going to continue producing drones. I love that. And now he's going to do a little quick surround with his Zerglings, and I don't see how he's not going to be able to bring this down. He will lose a few Zerglings, but what I actually liked about all of that was that he continued producing drones and just kept grabbing them and re-rallying them over here, so that when he does have this, he'll have the drones to transfer, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's transferring the drones. He was able to macro, all the while being put pressure on. Now he's got a lot of Zerglings he may not have wanted, forcing him to produce Zerglings of an army, but now He has to make sure they're being put to good use, moving them around the map, probably looking for good places to pop them, doing quick scouting just to make sure no weird proxies are anywhere, or maybe a Marine or two aren't lingering around. And here come the Hellions as well. They are going to be swinging around, and as I said, Stimpack is being researched, and he knows they're coming. He absolutely 100% knows they're coming. There's a Spine Crawl at the base. He does have Zerglings sitting here and waiting. The creep spread's pretty decent, so he can get us around if he has enough Zerglings to do so. All the while, he does have his Overlord over here, and he has another Zergling here just to keep an eye on when more Hellions are coming. And he does have another Spine Crawler dropping down as well, just to make quadruple sure. And I'm going to talk about the placement of the Spine Crawlers momentarily, because there's another one going down right here you can see. And I love this. A lot of players, from what I've seen at lower leagues, like to place their Spine Crawlers spread out, like 1, 1, 1. But like, oh, alright, great coverage there. But you don't necessarily want to do that. And the reason is, you could swing in, say you put one here, you're going to swing in, and if you have the other one over here, it's going to be out of range of this third one, and vice versa. If they swing in towards here, God forbid, this one over here is not going to be able to reach this one. So putting them close together like this allows for whenever Hellions swing on by, for all three of them to get a hit on a Hellion, and that could kill it if it's hurt enough, or do a ton of damage so the Queens can finish it off, or Zerglings can get us around. He is going to know that the rest of the Hellions are on the way, and you're going to see his reaction immediately is drop down 2 Evolution Chambers, which is so smart, because now, even if he does swing on the edge here and is out of range even of this one, he's producing 2 choke points where they really can't. And they're going to swing in here, they're going to take damage, and he'll be pretty much okay. He is continuing to drone up, thinks that what he has is perfectly enough to handle whatever Hellion harass he's going to have, and some Marauders swinging in as well. I actually like that, and I like the Creep Tumors up top, so he can swing his Creep Tumors on down here. And here they all come. They're going to be moving in here. As you can see, the Spine Crawl is doing work right now. He's picking off 2 Hellions so far, and doing damage to a bunch of others. He is going to lose a total of 3 Hellions, or 4 Hellions there, and great reaction time by GoldenLight. Has only lost 3 workers in total, and one of those was a scouting drone. And he is going to be moving one over here, and I like this. He's dropping another Spine Crawler just in case, creating another choke for these Hellions, and he is going to be moved right in the back, and he's going to have his Zerglings kind of just lining up here and taking a lot of damage. So he's losing a hell of a lot of Zerglings doing this. He is going to take damage, but he does feel safe enough now where he can just keep on doing, keep on producing drones and having them mine up. And he actually canceled that. He actually canceled that 5th Spine Crawler. He did build a 4th one and used it to refinish up this wall. And as you can see, he has a nice little tight wall in. And maps like this, you don't see Zergs do this enough. And now he's going to even make it even tighter while he's going to run these Marines back out of there. He is going to be expanding. Looks like AlexCMoi after behind all of that. Let's see how much damage he did get done. Only 3 workers. If we take a look at the units lost, though, Light's Golden rather, did lose 31 units. He only lost about $1,000 in minerals. On the other hand, Hellions are so expensive compared to Zerglings that he did lose 18 units, but 1,700 minerals. So Alexi definitely coming out at the bottom end of that little exchange, and not killing enough drones to hinder the economy is actually a little bit rough. So he is going to continue to expand. He knows he needs to macro up. Behind it all, he's got the typical 4 barracks or reactors on all of them. He does have medevacs coming out, some Marine medevac with Hellion reinforcement. I wouldn't be surprised to see eventually some siege tanks coming out of here. And all the while, we do have Golden is going to be building an infestation pit. So maybe some infestors, maybe he's just trying to get right to hive tech. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Is grabbing that 3rd as well. So being smart, macroing behind it, and grabbing that Baneling's Nest. This is a late Baneling's Nest, and I actually like this right here, a Baneling's Nest. What a lot of people like to do is grab that Baneling's Nest early because they're like, I'm going to need the Baneling's Nest. I'm going to need it. I might as well grab it really, really early. But instead of doing that, he knew the Hellions were coming. He had a phenomenal scout. That drone was not picked off by Alexi, and was able to just get a damn good scout on it. He's going to lose a Hellion here. The other ones are going to be cornered as well. He's going to lose 2 of them, but did see a giant ball of Marines on the way, so decided to back out. Anyway, as I was saying, a lot of people like to get that Baneling Nest early. And what Golden did was he waited. He knew Hellions were coming. There was no need for any Banelings whatsoever. And instead, because of that, decided that he'll grab the Baneling's Nest after the Hellion pressure was done. And that's perfect. And look at this. Golden has such great map awareness, has such great instinct. He knows that the potential elevator is going to happen. He knows there are medevacs on the field with a bunch of Marines. So grabbing it, putting up these 2 right here in case of the elevator, and just prepping for it. Even though this Alexi is going to be going head on, he is going to be moving in here, but he needs to get those Marines out of there. Baneling busting down that Marine wall, and Alexi now looking in a lot worse trouble. He's going to try to get us around, and the Baneling's cleaning up pretty much everything but 4 Marines. That did not go well for Alexi at all. The Marine split was not that good, but he did try to push in the front. He did take out a Spine Crawler and a few Zerglings. Again, taking a look at the Lost tab, he has indeed still about over 1,000 minerals worse off than Golden. So he knows he needs to expand. He knows he needs to drop a turret, expecting some sort of Zergling Baneling Muta play, which is, you know, very standard. So not bad grabbing that. I actually like the idea of grabbing that missile turret. It's just a single turret. So doing that, it is going to be just a kind of a safety measure, and not necessarily a bad one. I like the idea of dropping that missile turret into his base just for safety. As long as he doesn't overdo it, he'll be fine. Another bunker going down, but it does look like Golden is going Baneling heavy. He has Baneling speed. His upgrades are looking pretty good. They are 1-1, and he has a couple Infestors as well to make sure he can lock those Marines in place. So the Banelings can clean them all up. After killing that off, just going to run right in, dropping a bunch of beach balls right in the front to take the damage of that bunker, and going to roll right up into the main. Alexi not even getting his third up and running, and now he's looking a little too hurt to wear, and there's going to be the GG, and that is going to be it for this game, guys. Thank you so much for taking a look. A quick little game from the Clan War as I leave the game. I was, like I said, watching it live, so I will see you all very, very soon. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and favorite the videos. More Project Zomboid will be on the way. That video has been like a smash hit with you guys, so I'm super excited about that. More Project Zomboid on the way, and I will see you all very soon.